guys, Tech Timmy here. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing my third Amazon Echo Show 8, third generation, although this time it's going to be in the Glacier white. We'll take it out of the box, we'll take a first look, and I'll also share what I feel are some of my favorite features about this device, and I'll also explain why I bought 3 of them. Let's get into the unboxing.
Oh boy, it's Tech Timmy time.
All right, so here we are over at my unboxing station. This is not my first rodeo with Echo Show 8 unboxings, and in fact, not even for the third generation. The backstory here is I bought my girlfriend this for her birthday, and she was kind enough to let me take it out of the box and show you guys. I have actually 2 of these. I have the second gen and then also the third gen in black. I have each as basically a device on each of my bedside tables on both sides of my bed. I absolutely love this. It sounds amazing. In fact, I have one that I have hooked up with an Echo Sub for even more bass, and the whole thing just sounds phenomenal through my multi-room music. This is one of my favorite of the show devices, mostly because the screen size is great, perfect. It's affordable, or more affordable than the 10 and some of the other larger ones. And then it also sounds really good out of the box. I would say on par with the 10 for sure. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that I typically go through the outer box, we touch on some features, and then I get a little bit deeper as we pull this out of the box. But Amazon always does a great job with the packaging. So they have yet to go to the sustainable packaging model, which I wonder if that's coming, which is basically the no sort of frills type boxes where they're, basically essentially they look like old school cardboard. But for now, it looks great, super impressive in and out of the box. But so let's just touch really quick in terms of some of the features here. So we have our 8-inch touchscreen with adaptive color. So this is a beautiful screen. In fact, I took a few notes because I wanted to cut on a couple of things here. So the resolution on this is 1280 by 800, which it doesn't sound that high, but it's great because the screen is so small, and it's perfect for things like video calls and even some streaming. I don't do a lot of streaming on here, but I do appreciate the screen, particularly when I'm looking at my multi-room music through Pandora and then also Apple Music and others, where it basically displays the song, the artist, and sometimes the lyrics on the screen as well. So the back of the box, we have some basic commands here. We could say call, basically it's touting the video calling features. With this new model, they actually have the auto framing feature where it will keep you sort of in the center of the frame. So the device is smart enough to recognize where you are in relation to it, and it will keep you right in the middle, as you can see where she is there. And then over here, talks about the 8-inch smart display, yada. So a little bit of marketing stuff. And then I didn't really touch on these other things, did I? So speakers have also been upgraded. I didn't really notice a major difference going from the second gen to the third gen, to be honest, although I have both of mine on stands. So you can buy third-party stands for these things, which actually elevate them off the table a little bit, which is good in case you spill something. And then also, I think it makes it sound better, and it makes them look cooler as well. I have a metallic one, and then also a silver one as well. It looks fantastic. The camera's been upgraded to 13 megapixels, so this is the best camera that you can get on an Echo Show 8 so far. Totally fine. Smart room hub they have built in, smart home hub. So basically a little bit easier. These things are Matter compatible and also compatible with the latest smart home standards. A lot of this stuff you don't really need additional hubs for anymore, but it's still nice to have for those that do, such as Philips Hue bulbs, for instance. And then hands-free with our friend ALEXA. I will try not to say her name in this video to prevent your devices from going off at home. But without further ado, I need to stop saying that. Actually, that's a little cheesy. So get the bat knife out here. We're going to get this out of the box right away here. All right, here we go. Not really sure how I feel about the white compared to the black, but my girlfriend has white decor in her kitchen. I thought this would match better, and she was happy with it. In fact, she said that she would prefer this over the black one. So just real quick, so we have our documents. And I've said in my other videos, Amazon does a nice job with the documents. They've actually gotten better over time. I don't know if they're using AI these days or what, but I like the fact that it's very well done in terms of explaining what the device is, what you need to do. They have these nice schematic diagrams with the type's gotten a little bit bigger. It's still a little bit small for my lame eyesight and so forth, but so there is that. Good job on the documentation. This is a bunch of legalese. Don't really care to look at that right now. You guys can certainly check that out at your leisure, but it's basically just disclaimers and all that sort of stuff. I think there's information about the warranty in there too. So here, sustainable packaging, I spoke too soon. So this is an example of basically nice biodegradable packaging. I'm just going to toss that aside for a second. And then here, we are going to have to do our peel. And I remember from the last time around, it's easier, I think, if you pull this tab off the back first, and it's on there, stuck on there nice. And then, all right, so the white is a vibe. I do like it. Actually, it goes nice with that white, and we have that sort of mesh outer wrapper there. And then just to take a quick look at the device itself. So on top, we have our mute button. We have our camera shutter for privacy. So if you're concerned that Amazon is peeking in on you, you can just hit that, and the white is actually kind of dramatic with the white on white there. It basically shuts them down so you can spy on you or whatever. Don't think that's happening, but definitely a concern for some people. These two little bitty holes up there, you might not be familiar. Those are microphones actually for listening. This device does a great job at listening. Better than most, not perfect, and sometimes it'll be a miss and it'll default to some of my other devices, but I'm really happy with it. And then down the bottom here, I mentioned that I have a stand. Don't try and pull this off. I've done that. This will actually come off if you try and take it off. But the stand is meant to sit, it's meant to be a bumper, first of all, if you don't get a stand. And then if you do get a stand, it will magnetically attach to the bottom. I recommend that. I plan to get one for my girlfriend as well. I didn't really have the budget right now. And that is where our power cord goes, of course. And speaking of which, I'm just going to get the rest of our gear out of the box here. So I think they upped the wattage on the power adapter for this model. 30 watts. I think that some of the older ones were 15, but non-issue, non-starter. The thing just works great and sounds great. And they do give you ample cord, so plenty of cord there. And then this just sticks right into here. And I'm not going to do a full setup video. I have other videos on my channel. If you search on my channel, in fact, I will leave a link at the end of this video or somewhere up on screen here to where I unbox the one that is the grayish black, I think it's charcoal maybe. I unbox those and I do a run through a full setup. To keep this video short, I'm not going to do that today, just to prove out that she's going to fire up here. Here she comes. And she's going to say, hello. And there we go. So she's going to do her spiel, get everything ready. And then the setup process on these things is super seamless, guys. You basically just follow the instructions in terms of what it says on screen. 9 times out of 10, you don't even have to use the ALEXA app in order to get this fully set up. It should just work and get connected to your network. If you have any questions on that, drop a comment down below.
Would you like to turn on vision accessibility features?
Not right now, my
Swipe
friend,
right,
you know
baby.
who. Like I said, if you have any questions, drop it down below. But for today, just an unboxing and first look at the Amazon Echo Show 3rd generation in Glacier White. I really like the clean look of this thing. And now maybe, I don't know, maybe my girlfriend's not going to get it as a gift after all. Just kidding. Anyhow, so if you're into unboxings and you are into ALEXA, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do all sorts of, I have a ton of content about our friend here on my channel. Hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.